Are Zelensky and Putin's first names actually the same? A short linguistic deep dive. Every now and then you see a comment online saying something like, "Wait, aren't Zelensky and Putin basically using the same first name?" It sounds like a meme, but it's actually a serious linguistic question. And the real answer is more interesting than a simple yes or no. Let's break it down. 1. At first glance, Volodymyr versus Vladimir. If you read the news in English, you'll usually see Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. Spelled like this, they look different. Volodymyr with O dash and Y dash. Vladimir with A dash and I dash. So in everyday English usage, no, they are not the same name in a literal spelling sense. They belong to two different languages. Volodymyr is the Ukrainian form. Vladimir is the Russian form. But that's just the surface. 2. Under the surface, same origin, different language versions. If you go back in history, both names come from the same Old East Slavic name.
Volodymyr, Volodymyr.
This older form is built from two parts. Volod, to rule, to have power. Mir, peace, world, order. Roughly, it means something like ruler of peace,
Or
one who has power and brings order/peace. Over time, as the Slavic languages split and evolved, this old name developed into different modern forms. In Russian, Vladimir. In Ukrainian, Volodymyr. So from a linguistic/etymological point of view, they are what we call cognates. Same historical root, different modern shape.
you can think of it like
John English, Jean French, Juan Spanish. Different spellings, different sounds, but the same original name in the background. 3. Why the distinction matters today. If they share the same origin, why do people insist on the difference now? Because for Ukrainians today, this is not just a spelling issue. It's about a language, using Ukrainian instead of Russian. Identity, asserting a separate Ukrainian national identity. Politics, distancing Ukraine from Russian dominance. That's why Zelensky is officially Volodymyr, not Vladimir. International media used to be more relaxed about this, and would sometimes use the Russian-style spelling for Ukrainian names. But after years of conflict, and especially after the 2014 and 2022 events, there's been a clear shift toward respecting Ukrainian spellings. Kyiv instead of Kyiv. Kharkiv instead of Kharkov. Volodymyr instead of Vladimir for Ukrainian figures. So insisting on Volodymyr is not just a linguistic choice. It's also a statement. This is Ukrainian, not Russian. 4. So, are their names the same or not? If you want a precise answer, you can put it like this. No, Zelensky and Putin do not have the same first name in the everyday modern sense. One uses the Ukrainian form Volodymyr, the other uses the Russian form Vladimir. Yes, their names are historically the same name, in the sense that both come from the same Old Slavic root, with the same basic meaning of ruler/power plus peace. So the most accurate one-sentence summary would be, they don't look the same today, but they are two different language versions of the same Old Slavic name.